Shalom. I want to start by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakwadash, double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, who taught me this truth through the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash, and Shalom to brothers and sisters out there listening and learning. Lord's will we be that number, the elect. I just ran into another article, about the Anti-Defamation League. And the Anti-Defamation League, let's look that up, is an arm of, the government. Let's look at that. Anti-Defamation League. It says the Anti-Defamation League is formerly known as the Anti-Defamation League of B'nai B'rith. We know that goes into, what is that? Baal Barif or something along that nature. Community organizers. Demons. It says the New York-based international. It says non-governmental organization that was founded to combat anti-Semitism as well as other forms of bigotry and discrimination. So the Anti-Defamation League declares criticizing Israel is now a capital offense in America. So now, they're going, and it really has always been like that. But it's getting more intense as we see. The article says the ADL isn't just a watchdog, it's an intelligence arm of a foreign government. And what foreign government is that? Israelis. And whatever these Israelis say, you see America does. Because they're joined hand in hand, they're in tandem, they're partners in crime. And they have these different NGOs, non-government organizations, in order to enforce the things that they couldn't get past, through their regular channels, right? They couldn't get it passed through the House of Representatives, the House of Senate, They couldn't skirt the Constitution, So they'll use a group like the ADL, to push forth things that they couldn't get established, And this is being done by the Israelis, and this is why they're losing a lot of respect. Because these people are getting tired of America is getting tired of these people. Matter of fact, let me get this one. This is Job 15:34. It says, "For the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate, and the fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery." And this is exactly what these people are. They'll go and blame other people, and they turn around and do the same thing. So they're really hypocrites. And there's another piece of this article that shows you how they're hypocrites. Matter of fact, let me jump down this article. It says the ADL claims to be an American civil rights organization, but the real question is, whose interests are they defending? In the interviews, CEO John Greenblatt has ordered Jews to preserve their cultural identity by only having babies with other Jews, warning that intermarriage weakens Jewish cultural traditions. Nothing wrong with caring about your heritage. But here's where it gets interesting. So here's where the hypocrisy comes. It says at the very same time, the ADL pours millions of dollars into pushing diversity campaigns across the U.S. So they're getting the other nations to, sleep with other nations. But they themselves are teaching them to be separate. So this is where the hypocrisy comes in, and the whole world is seeing this. The internet is making bare all these people. It says teaching children that resistance to intermarriage is hate. So these people are hypocrites. And it's only going to lead, to the destruction. This is why it says a fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery. All right, and this is how the influence of Israel is pushed. This is why America gives them billions and billions of dollars of aid. Okay, because that aid is then, given to these elected officials for their campaigns. Okay, and they bribe the elected officials, okay, to pass the things that they want them to pass. And that's bribery. Okay, matter of fact, let's look up what bribery, that word bribery. Okay, because this is exactly what Israel does. Okay, and America too. And this is why they're partners in crime. All right. Bribery definition. Okay. I'll get in Merriam-Webster. It says a bribe is money or favor given or promised in order to offer influence the judgment or conduct of a person in a position of trust. Okay, so they're offering money to influence the governors. Okay, to influence the senators, the legislature. All right, and the tabernacles of bribery, which is America and Israel, okay, are going to be burned down according to the scripture. It says a fire shall consume the houses of bribery. Okay, and this is exactly what's going to happen for these things. All right, and these actions are being brought forth by the Anti-Defamation League is only going to serve to hasten these times. Okay, it says back in the article, it says, who are they really serving? It says the CEO finally slipped. The mask came off for a moment and the truth showed through. He forgot the script, forgot what country he was supposed to be speaking for. And in that moment, we saw it. The organization that calls itself America is serving another master altogether. The ADL is now attempting to rewrite history and build a narrative against Christians and conservatives everywhere, branding those with a Christian identity as dangerous extremists and framing the Bible itself as hate speech. Okay? So what does that tell you? Okay, we're coming into the times where these things are about to be shut down. Let me get a scripture. This is the book of Psalms 94 and 20. Matter of fact, I'll go to 20. It says, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which framest mischief by law? They gather themselves together against the souls of the righteous, okay, against the true Christians, okay, which are the Israelites. And they're doing all this, okay, to stop the word of truth from coming out. Because this truth is fire, burning these people up. Okay, the Lord said he'll make, our words fire and these people is wood. Okay, and their power is what? The law of justice. Okay, matter of fact, let me get that. Let me finish this real quick. It says, they gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. Okay? But their power, is the law of justice. Okay, let's go to, what's that? Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. I might be the 2nd chapter. Right. This is Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 10. And this is the mind of the wicked. It says, let us oppress the poor righteous man. Okay, the poor righteous man. What does that word righteous mean? Okay, let's look at it. That word righteous, it says morally right or justifiable, acting in accordance with divine or moral law. So the Bible, okay, the Bible is the book of the law. So they want to oppress the man that teaches the Bible in truth and sincerity. Right? Truth of the matter is that the Lord hates Esau. Right? There's nothing we can do about that. Okay, the truth of the matter is there's things that the Lord hates. Okay? There's just things that the Lord hates. Matter of fact, if we go to the highways and byways, right, and we bring this out, this is what they're proclaiming, right? What is it? There's 7 things that the Lord hates. Let's bring it. And hate is found 85 times in the Bible. Okay? And that's why they're trying to teach that the word is hate. Okay, but it clearly says, right? Proverbs 6 and 16. I don't know why I couldn't find that. It says, these 6 things that the Lord hate, yea, 7 is abomination. So if we go out to the highways and byways and we teach these things, right? A proud look. Okay, let's read it in the Amplified. A proud look, the attitude that makes one overestimate oneself and discount others. Okay, and this is what these Israelis are doing. Right? He's overestimating himself and discounting the others. So if we go and tell people that this is the characteristics of these people, and these people agree with us, okay, because everybody does. Okay, even the people that, are upset, oh, you're a black Hebrew Israelite, this, that, and the third. But really they know deep down that what we're saying is right. Okay? But hey, this is the problem. Okay? It's burning, the fire that we're spitting is burning the pride off these people. And it's bringing a change in the world. Okay? It's bringing a change in mindset. It's bringing a questioning into the authority. Okay, it says, in hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that create wicked plans. Okay, and this is all according to what Esau actually does. These are all the characteristics of the Edomites. Okay, a heart that creates wicked plans, feet that run to evil. Okay, war everywhere, a false witness who breathes out lies, even half truths. Okay. One who spreads discord, rumors among brothers. Okay, this is everything that these devils do. Okay, and now it'll be labeled hate speech. Okay. Bear with me one moment. What's going on, man? That's that paperwork for Chelsea?
Huh?
Is that the paperwork for Chelsea?
Yes.
Yeah, let me get that.
Yeah. Clean food, right?
What is it?
Really, yeah. So this is your.
Yep, Cayenne.
Yeah. So
Which one you want me to sign?
I have 2 pages here. Sign it here and that. Same thing.
On both of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, very.
What's today, the 5th?
Lot of trader today.
Lot of trailers today?
A lot. So yeah, today is
The 6th.
7.
The 7th?
Yeah.
God damn.
His monthly is going.
7th already, man. All right, here you go, Chief.
Okay, buddy. You're okay.
Thank you. Okay, so, again, excuse me for that. It is shattering, okay, the power structure is what's going on. Okay, so what are they going to do? They're going to use their law systems. Okay, whether, it's elected or not. Doesn't matter. Okay, so they say, let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found nothing to be worth. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. Okay? He upbraideth us with our offending of the law, and objective to our infamy, the transgressions of our education. He professes to have the knowledge of God, and he calleth himself the child of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. He was made to reprove our thoughts. Okay, and this is what we're doing by making these videos and coming out and reproving them. Okay, correcting is what that is. Okay, we're correcting their teaching on the Bible. He is grievous for us even to behold. Okay, we're grievous for them to even look at. For his life is not like other men's, his ways are of another fashion. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He esteemed it from our ways as from filthiness. Okay, and all it really takes is a couple righteous branches, okay, to come up, okay, and then the fruit comes, okay, and then that fruit brings in more fruit, and the branches start to grow, and then more fruit, okay, and this is what's happening to this place. All right, it's coming down quickly and fastly, and these devils are taking precautionary measures, okay, and it's gonna get worse, man. Okay, back to the article. Bear with me real quick. I gotta move out of here.
Bluetooth connect.
And looking at what has happened between Rosh.
Okay, it says, hold on one second. Let me move over here. Okay, it says the ADL has many ties to pedophiles, and it is hard to know where to begin. It says they are still defending lies. They are still defending Les Wexner, a Mossad-linked former Victoria's CEO
in China. I'm talking about the
who funded sex trafficking, okay, with Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, so these are the people that we're dealing with. Okay, and you see what kind of power they have, because they have the power to stop, the list. The whole world wants to see the list of Jeffrey Epstein, and these people have the power to stop it. Okay. It says the ADL was literally set up to defend a pedophile, Leo Frank, who brutally raped and murdered a 13-year-old girl. Okay, and that's true. Matter of fact, I had, could I say, an article on that Leo Frank, but I'm not gonna get it, okay, because they just said it right here. Okay, this is where the word anti-Semitism came about. Okay, to protect the pedophile, okay, a rapist. Okay, it says some things never change, but the stakes have never been this high. Okay, if you saw a recent video about Netanyahu, you already know he has openly declared the internet Israel's new battlefield. Okay, and Americans are firmly in the crosshair. Israel's policing American speech by hijacking algorithms, and we saw that they just bought out what was it? TikTok. Okay, TikTok. They put their propagandists, okay, in positions to stop truth from coming out. All right. It says they hijack algorithms, gutting the First Amendment and silencing critics. This isn't speculation. According to Netanyahu's own words, Americans who refuse to comply with the Israel First agenda aren't just risking censorship, They're risking hacks, exposures, and worse because Netanyahu himself admitted they can hack everything. Okay? So data banks, okay, VPNs, nothing, you're safe from nothing. Okay, and eventually this will all lead into, lengthy jail sentences. Okay, it's going on in other countries as well. This is the book of Revelation 2:10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Okay, and Jewish people own a majority of these prisons. Okay, if you look at the sheriff's badge. Okay, let's look at the sheriff badge. Okay, and what you'll see here, okay, the first thing that pops up, okay, is a 6-pointed star. Okay, because this is who they actually represent. Okay, Amalek, the so-called Jewish people. These are Americans, and Jewish people are partners in crime. Okay, this is who they're protecting. Okay, and they own these jails. Okay, this is why the scriptures say the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Okay, and it shows that the devil isn't just some red demon underground with a pitchfork. No, the devil is the so-called white man Esau Edom, and he's going to cast us into prison for teaching the truth. Okay, that ye may be tried. Okay, let's read it in the Amplified. Fear nothing that you are about to suffer. Beware, the devil is about to throw some of you into prison that ye may be tested in your faith. And for 10 days you will have tribulation. Be faithful until the point of death. If you must die for your faith, and I will give you the crown consistent of life. Okay, the crown of life. All right, so the Lord is getting all this together, okay, to speed up the time for the elect's sake. All right, and we're to the point now where, all these things are about to be cut off, okay, and, the believers, there'll be war on the believers, okay, pursuant to Revelation, the 12th chapter. Okay, he's going to come down on great wrath with those with the testimony and keep the commandments. Okay, so, hey, we're going to it every day until we can't anymore. Okay, in hopes that, a willing ear will hear it. Okay, but, Lord's will, you was edified. I'll end it by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushua, B'Shem HaKakwadash. Shalom.